PocaTV Wenzzzday.
Ta-da!
Hi.
What's going on with your sound? Oh, I think you're sharing stuff and your phone sound
No,
is
but
on.
it's not working. I don't see.
No, can you turn off the sound of your phone, DJ,
I've done it,
because
I've
you are
done it.
reverbing? Okay. So what is not working? Please do explain.
No, I've done it.
You've done
I
it?
couldn't.
You've shared it to your Facebook page?
I couldn't find the share button.
No, it's hidden on the button, but you found it. So you shared it, have you?
I think so. I don't know.
Let me, you want me to check? You never know with DJ Conscious what you get.
No, you never know with Facebook.
That is true. Yep, you did it well. You did perfectly well. Okay, turn off the phone
Right.
now, please. We
Yeah,
are live. We are on the PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting because, people, it is a Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, we tend to do the PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting. This, let me tell everybody, is the 21st edition, DJ. 21st.
Yay.
Yes, so that makes me think automatically that maybe it's the right time to ask people to join us already. You know, never be too early with that. If you want to chat with us, look at the cute QR code. It's being house delivered to you today. Just scan the code on your phone or on your whatchamacallit, your tablet, and it will take you to our studio. And if you're on a laptop, you enter this case-sensitive URL, which will do the same thing. It will take you to our orange room, where you will wait until DJ and I pull you up on stage. So do join us. Do join us. It would be so lovely. So DJ, nothing's agwan again. Again. Yeah. Oh, we got an early guest already. It's our good and darling friend, Rosalind. Good evening.
Hi,
Nice to be here with you. Hope you are both well. We are especially with you here with us, Rosalind. Lovely of you to join us again. Maybe you can share the video to your people. You see how we can grow the community, I like to call it. So, Rosalind, if you find it in your heart, share the video to your friends.
Well, you know what? Another thing, Rosalind is in UK, correct?
Yes, she is.
Yes. So instead of watching EastEnders, she's watching this. I mean, that's something, isn't it?
Trust you to know this is EastEnders time, is it? Yes, it probably is.
I think so. I might be wrong, actually, but I think so.
Maybe Rosalind doesn't like EastEnders at all. And who could blame her, really? So we got 2 topics today, and you will be starting. This is what we will be talking about. You will be talking. I like to hype things, as you know, DJ. So I call it the 3 little birds football controversy. It really isn't a big controversy, but this will sell. this will make people click on the video. So the three little birds, I'm being very transparent, aren't I? So the three little birds football controversy is what you will be starting with.
No,
And I dug my teeth into the British royal scandal. That was a scandal already, and now it's gotten even worse. And there's a Dutch link. And I can hardly wait to tell you about that. But I won't, because you, DJ Conscious, will start the show. What is going on in the world that kept you awake at night?
As always, we start off with the album cover at the back.
Thank you for reminding me.
For regular listeners, you shouldn't, viewers, I should say, you should know what I'm referring to. But if you're not, each Wenzzzday Ting, I put an album cover at the back.
A reggae album, because you are DJ Conscious of ConsciousRadio.net.
Yeah, but I do have
reggae.
Yeah, one day I might surprise you and put a non-reggae. I do have other stuff as well.
No, you can't, because look at your name title. It says ConsciousRadio.net, so that's where you're going to stick.
Yeah, but I'm versatile. All right, okay.
True.
And yeah, so and the idea is that you've got to try and work out what the album is. In other words, the title and hopefully the artist as well. And at the end of the show, I reveal.
Yes, and halfway through, if we remember, you give a hint. I know the answer today, but I'm not telling. So people, see if you know what's behind DJ Conscious, right. and send us a comment wherever you're watching. YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. No, Twitter I won't see in my studio. YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. If you recognize the album behind DJ Conscious, just send us a comment. You get no prize. Really don't.
And in the meantime, I'll think of a hint.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that for the album. What's been keeping you awake at night?
Well, yeah, I mean, the topic today was triggered by an image I saw at a football match just over a week ago between Marseille and Ajax Amsterdam in Marseille. And the reason I was interested in it was because of this Bob Marley symbol smoking a big spliff with some real smoke being blown out. At the
how they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a smoke machine, isn't it? Like you have in nightclubs and whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
But it kind of, it's like, why is that there? And they're using the red, green, and gold raster colors, flag of Ethiopia, and it says smoke. And there's
it says a bit more. It says smoke them all.
And interestingly, it's above Just Eat, and I think Just Eat is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is that what that's the symbolic of? It's only just occurred to me.
No, that's none of them. That's the stadium itself doing.
No, I know, but it's perimeter advertising, so it's probably KFC. So they've got to smoke them all. But the smoke them all
the smoke them all is a banner, from what I'm seeing, out of the audience, and the commercial is the stadium.
Yeah. I'm just mentioning it anyway. Yeah. So that's the Marseille end, because we know that's the Marseille end, because the blue and white is the colours of Marseille and not the colours of Ajax. So what's
the 1899?
I think that's probably the year that Marseille Football Club was formed.
I see. Okay. Wow, they're old.
Oh, there's football goes a long way. There's enough 19th century. Most clubs were actually created in the 19th century rather than the 20th. You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
it goes back a long way. And so I just thought this is Bob Marley, a picture of him with a spliff and smoke them all, raster colours. And the fact that they were playing Ajax, that immediately said to me, there's a connection there, because for those who don't know, Ajax, which is the big team in the Netherlands and home based in Amsterdam,
of the big teams.
One of them. But historically, I think they're probably the most successful.
Yeah, but from what I'm reading on Twitter, they're really crap right now. The women are doing really well, but the men are doing really well.
They have. Well, actually, one of the reasons they say why their on-pitch performance of the men has dwindled is because the manager that they had left them and went to manage Manchester United, which is a complete disaster, because I'm a Manchester United fan, Eric Ten Hag. Anyway, he is basically the Premier League in England is he's out of his depth. That's my opinion. Anyway, the and the connection with Ajax and Bob Marley is essentially one of Bob Marley's biggest tunes called Three Little Birds, which was from the Exodus album. And the story goes back in 2008, Ajax were playing a friendly match against Cardiff City in Wales. Now this was a friendly. Justy is a takeaway, and this is a friendly. And at the end of the match, all the spectators went home, apart from the Ajax fans, because the police, the rules in UK, the away supporters, they leave. They don't allow the away fans to leave the stadium until all the home fans have left to minimise the chances of any trouble. So they were waiting and waiting, and so the on-air presenter at the stadium was playing certain tunes, and one of the tunes he played over the stadium PA was Three Little Birds, and everyone seemed to know the words, and they all started singing along to it. And it was that moment that they decided to adopt that as their kind of theme tune anthem. And so I think in the very next game that was held in their home stadium in Amsterdam, they were singing it. And from what I understand, there's video footage of this, that the whole stadium was singing along to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an anthem here, a football anthem.
And as well as a reggae anthem. And for those, it doesn't take much to learn the words of that tune. It's very easy to learn the words. You only need to hear it a few times, and you've probably got all the words. So all of a sudden, that became the kind of anthem, the sign-on tune, if you like, for Ajax. Then a few years later, I think maybe 10 or 12 years later, Ajax launched a new kit, their third kit. And that kit featured the Rasta colours, which was black, red. There you go, the Rasta colours. Now, originally, if you look at the emblem above the Ziggo name to the left, there's an emblem called, and it says Ajax. You can't, each football club has an emblem or a logo, if you like, and that's where they have to put their emblems on the shirts. Yeah,
it's the same emblem that you see top left here. Yeah,
correct, exactly. And originally, with this kit, they had the symbols of three little birds above that emblem.
You can see it on the picture.
Correct.
So the three crosses, let me explain. The three crosses are the symbol of Amsterdam, which is why Ajax has the three crosses. And then they added the little birds. And then what happened?
Right. I didn't realize that's what the crosses meant. I thought the cross, or I'll tell you what I thought the crosses meant, because then what happened, UEFA, who control the people who control European football, said you can't have three little birds on your shirt because it's against our rules, because those birds don't actually have any relevance to the historical emblem of Ajax Football Club. So they had to remove the birds, and that's what I thought the crosses meant. I thought it was symbolic of them. It's a cross. You can't do it. That's what I thought that meant.
No, it doesn't. The three crosses are the emblem of Amsterdam. You see it. You see it all over.
But then when you look at the kit now, they are three stars, not three crosses.
Yeah.
So I'm just that's why I wouldn't have made that.
But
summation.
that's how it is. So maybe they didn't like the three crosses by themselves.
Right. Anyway, that's what I thought the crosses meant, but I was obviously mistaken, because I thought you said, no, you can't cross it out. And I thought that was symbolic of that. Yeah.
They would have put the cross on top of the bird, no?
Well, I don't know who came up with that image. It was probably Ajax themselves that came up rather than UEFA. I doubt UEFA came up with that image.
So what is the issue? Why did you choose this? Why do you want to talk about all of this?
I mean, the thing is,
because heaven knows I don't care about football.
Well, yes, but this is the thing, Bob. There have been instances where Marley, one of the Marley children, one of the Marley sons.
take it back to what you told me, the first picture that we showed. This one. Why did this strike you as odd?
Well, because I thought, first of all, they're using Bob Marley's image, and they're and they're it's they're relating it to Rastafari. There's the spliff, and there's the Ethiopian colours. And I thought, why are they doing that? And do they even have the rights to do that? Did Marseille Football Club even ask for permission to use Bob Marley's image, let alone the spliff?
Probably
but Bob
not.
Marley's image.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. And that would be for the owners of the image rights to find out and sue. And guess who the owners of the image rights are? Bob Marley's family, Bob Marley's sons. And
of course they are. Yes.
Yeah. And what you can take from that is also some of the Marleys will be exploiting the fact that his image, not just his name, but his image is so popular worldwide, not just in Netherlands, but worldwide. And they're gonna exploit that because it will make them money.
Well, if you ask my opinion, which nobody hardly ever does, I kind of feel like the Marley boys, not Sedella, the daughter, the Marley boys, live their lives exploiting their dad. Because as you were saying, the song Three Little Birds by Bob Marley is now a tune in the Netherlands. Trust me, the family's getting paid for that. But what I don't understand is whenever you go to any kind of Marley concert, more than half of what you hear are Bob's tunes. I don't like
they're
that.
covers.
Make your own
they're
tunes.
covers. Exactly.
No, not even covers. No, not even covers. They even emulate Bob's voice, make it sound like Bob. It's
because they know that's what the crowd, that's what most of the crowd would want or would react to.
That's the same as any broadcaster saying we're going to give you stupid programs because that's what
I
want.
agree. I'm just saying what the mindset probably is behind that. I agree. If I was going to see Julian Marley or Stephen or Ziggy or whoever, I would want to hear some original material, not just a cover of or a version of jamming or, Is This Love or Three Little Birds, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's inevitable. They can
play 5 Bob tunes. They can play 5 Bob tunes. Keep Bob alive. I agree with that, but really not half your show or more. Really.
No, I agree. I saw the one and only time I witnessed Damian Marley was at I think it was Reggae Hale in Belgium, and Damian Marley actually I thought put on a really good show, and he used a lot of his own material as well, and he was promoting his album, which was all his new material, and I don't think there were any Bob Marley cuts of Bob Marley tunes, but
I think Stephen writes those tunes, but never mind. I think Stephen writes all the tunes. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. But what Damien did also do, I remember him. He did a version of Exodus, the actual tune itself, and he did a version of Could You Be Loved, and I think Waiting in Vain as well. And then all of a sudden, he started off with doing his own material, but midway through the set, he did a whole raft of Wailers tunes, which I thought, look, if you're going to do this, be a bit more subtle and don't do like 5 Wailers tunes in succession. Drop a Wailers tune in between a couple of sandwich it in between some of your own material, right. But don't be so blatant and make it so, well, this is actually, I paid X amount of euros to watch Damian Marley, and all I'm getting is Bob Marley. But Bob Marley isn't actually here.
Exactly.
If he was here, it'd be different. But he's not.
It would be okay. It would be fine. But he's not here.
Yeah.
So this goes from strength to strength. Like you were saying, Ajax adopted the Three Little Bird tune, and as a way of showing you what I mean by the Marley boys really like their money. In 2018, Kimani was in Amsterdam. I know because I announced him the very next day. The day before he was to play on Reggae Lake Festival here in Amsterdam, he was actually at an Ajax match. And look what happened there, DJ. Hold on, let me press this button. Look what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Birdies. It didn't end there. He did a whole concert.
Yeah.
He did not do that for nothing. I don't think he went there out of the goodness of his heart.
Well, I think back to Bob and apparently Bob Marley has sold Bob Marley music. There have been more units sold of his music since he died than when he was alive,
Sure.
which means royalty wise, there are more royalties than when he was alive. And one of the things Bob was famed for and was loved for was the fact that he plowed money back into the Jamaican communities. You know that he used to give handouts. People used to queue up in Trenchtown, and he used to give handouts of money to help the poor and the needy.
Do his sons do that? I know his daughter does.
That's
do
what I
his
was
sons do any of that?
That's why I mentioned that. If they do, I haven't heard of it. I doubt it. I don't think they do. And so they're not continuing with the spirit of
exactly.
Bob in that. And I think would Bob be turning in his grave? Is he turning in his grave knowing that this is going on?
I think so.
Is he turning in his grave knowing that the Marleys are using land in California for ganja plantations, calling it Marley ganja, but they're not using Jamaica, which has a perfect climate, and it's legal here as it is there. They can get a license. What's going on there?
And then they opened. Remember the kaya shops? They opened the kaya shops where you can get legal medicinal ganja in Jamaica, for which you pay ludicrous prices. I mean, you and I know what the spliff costs in Jamaica, and then you go to the kaya shop. First, you need to go to some doctor who will then, the doctor's making money on the side as well. He will then ask you 3 questions to see if you're up to the thing, and he will give you a diagnosis of something that you need to cure with ganja. And then you cross the street to the kaya shop and get this ludicrously expensive ganja. It's more expensive than I pay here in the Netherlands. Can you imagine?
And it's not even that good either, in my opinion.
Exactly. Hold on. Let's have a quick look in the comments because enough things are gone. Yeah. So,
okay, good.
Oh, here is Donna saying hi, and she's saying
Donna.
Hi, Donna, and she's saying I'm rocking that red. You should know this is kind of like a pajama thing. Never mind. Rosalind is enjoying the whole thing. She almost wants to become an Ajax fan. Don't, Ros, unless you choose the women, because the men really are doing nothing. Donna says her late sister and she loved Ajax Amsterdam. Patrick Kluivert, yes, my favorite player of the olden days. Patrick
Is he
Kluivert.
Suriname? He set up Suriname.
Yeah. Of course, DJ. I think all the black people in Dutch football are from Suriname.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any of the islands. And then Ross asking a question: how can you say that sing-along wasn't spirited?
We weren't saying that.
No, I think the audience was really into it. My point being, I'm not sure DJ agrees. My point being, why is Kimani making money off of that? That's my question.
No, I
And the,
agree. I agree. Yeah.
and the reason I know he's making money off of it is that 2 weeks later, when Ajax played in Athens, who was there doing the whole thing again?
Is that Athens or Amsterdam? That
No, this
shot.
is Athens, and this is
Okay.
Kimani, and this is where he did a whole concert. And I would have loved to play some of it, but you know that we're going to get kicked out if we play any Marley tunes, because the Marley brothers are on top of that. We cannot even use a snippet.
Okay.
So that's what we were saying, people. We're not saying that we don't like the song. We love the song, and we love the fact that a whole stadium sings it, and we love the whole vibes around it. My problem, maybe yours, DJ, is the fact that some Marley son is making money off of it again.
Well, yeah. I mean, just to be clear, they're not actually breaking any rules, and they are the high.
No,
You know,
they're in their right.
Yeah, legally they're not doing anything wrong, but
No,
it's just about the spirit of everything, I think. And
that's right. That's what we say. It's the spirit of reggae is quickly leaving us this way.
Well, it's not just the spirit of Rasta as well.
Yeah, of Rasta as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Which brings me to another thing. There, Kimani singing Rasta this, Rasta that. He's the one eating pork in the backstage,
Drinking beer, no doubt.
drinking rum and beer and all of that. So
No Rasta.
yeah, it's I love their music. I do. I just don't like their attitude. Is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Would that be would that be a fair thing to say?
No,
DJ?
that's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Right.
There's
So how would you round up this topic? What shall we take away
I
from
mean,
this?
I think one of the things we concluded is that it would be nice if some of the Marlies actually had or actually used their own material in concerts, because they do have their own material. But how much of their own material they actually use in live gigs is another question.
Yeah.
Because they know if he does jamming at a live, if one of the Marlies does jamming at a live gig, the chances are, and that's the only Wailers tune that he does in the gig, the chances are most of the crowd are going to walk away, and that'll be their highlight.
But that is cheating. That means you got people dancing and prancing with your dad's music, and you're taking the money, and you're taking the what you call it, the credit. Yeah. So we agree on that, I guess.
Yeah. No, we agree. Yeah. It's just, I guess it's a shame that they have to resort. They feel they need to resort to using their dad's material, because their dad Bob was always coming up with, he finishes one album, goes on to the next, has a little break, and does another one, all brand new material, new lyrics, everything. That's what they should be doing, in my opinion.
Donna says she came in late. She's not sure what is the issue. The issue is whether or not Bob's music and Rastafari are being exploited for
by the Marlies
and by the Marlies, by his own sons. That's what that's what I make of the whole story anyway. So that's the issue, Donna. Yeah, DJ. So time to switch. But before we do you have a hint for us?
Oh yes, yes.
The album behind you.
You can't see it from.
No, I can put you back down. I can put you back here. Yeah.
Yeah. So the album behind is. Here's a couple of hints. I'll give you two hints. It was the first album of the relevant artist. That's one hint.
Artists.
Artiste, yeah.
No, I mean plural. It's not one. It's not one person. It's
all right. So yeah, I wanted to leave. I wanted to be silent on that, because it could be a solo artist or a group. But
yeah, no, we should say
it's a group. It's a group.
Yeah, it's a group. Right. Yeah.
And the other clue is it was produced by Prince Jammy. There's a clue for those who might or may not know.
Anything else you can say? You come up with these clues that are no clues.
That's a clue.
No, that's not. Nobody
All
knows
right.
producers, DJ. You need to come up with something about the album that will make people think it must be that.
All right. One of the big tunes on the album is.
No. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to give the title. One
All
of the
right.
big tunes on the album talks about affection towards Selassie.
That's a good. Now that's a really good.
And you probably know the tune I'm talking about because you know what the answer is. Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Right.
So okay, let's hope people know the answer and let us know. Write it in the comment section. In the meantime, I can say that Rosalind says there's only one Bob in it. Yes, Ross, there's only one Bob.
In it.
Whether or not many of his sons sound a bit like him does not make them Bob. And Donna says, yes, she prefers his son than outsiders. Sure, but outsiders don't even get a chance, Donna, to. I had a whole thing going on with when we did Neville Garrick. There was this little snippet of music in the background, just like 3 seconds, and Facebook took it down for a whole week because you cannot play Bob. You cannot play anything by Bob without paying. That's my issue. And we should be spreading Bob's music. And yes, the family should be making money off of it, but it doesn't all have to be about money. Donna wants to know, what is it that you said? What was your take on this story?
Well, the take was I felt that the Marley family, when they do their own gigs, they're not doing enough of their own material, and they're just exploiting Bob's material. As I said, you know, if they did, if I don't know, Kimani did Is This Love or Jamming in a concert, and the rest of the show was his own material, the highlight for most of the crowd, and they'd walk away say, guess what, he did Jamming. They won't talk about, and they probably won't even buy his CD or download his tracks or whatever, however they do it.
Donna, you should know that when they tour Europe, for example, more than half of what they play is Bob songs. Even when they got perfectly good songs themselves. I mean, I don't mind them playing Bob songs, but it doesn't have to be more than half. Your name is not Bob. Your name is Kimani, or it's Stephen, or it's Damien, or something.
Don't get me wrong. 1 or 2 is fine. Look, I never got to see Bob Marley live. I never got to see him live in concert. So if
I did.
I know you were lucky. Yeah. I envy that. I envy you for that, because I never got to see him live.
Many people envy me. They should have gone. The man did a whole tour and nobody went. I did.
I mean, look. I, on the occasions where I've seen one of the Marley sons perform live in concert, I actually get into it. When I mentioned Damien earlier in the show, when I saw him do a rendition of Exodus. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it because I'm hearing Exodus live with people who are very close to Bob Marley himself, you know, his sons doing it, and that for me was a vibe. And how they overdo it and the overkill.
That's the problem. That's the problem. And to be honest, Stephen Marley is a brilliant songwriter and a brilliant performer. And so give that more space. You know, he writes songs for many of his brothers. I don't know exactly which ones, but I know that Stephen writes a lot of the songs that the Marley brothers do. Let's go with that. Give the guy a break. Make him, you know, make a new sound, and then you can put in like your 15 minutes of Bob tunes, so everybody can go, yeah, we heard Jamming. It's what I say. Enough. We will switch now to my topic, DJ. Are you okay with that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't have a choice anyway, but yeah, I'm okay.
No, you don't. You don't. My story, let me take you way back. What I said at the beginning, our topics today are like you were. Hold it. Donna says, I hate it when they do that jump. When they do that jumping thing that Bob used to do, and that spirit. I hate that too, Donna. Nobody can do it like Bob. Exactly. So just do your own dance. I agree. Enough of that. Enough of the whole Bob Marley situation. I was telling you at the beginning of the program, we had the topic, the Three Little Birds football controversy. And lovely people, there is this ongoing scandal in the United Kingdom, the British royals. it goes on and on and on. And now there's an extra little bit to add to it, and it has to do with the Dutch translation of a book. Now, what exactly happened? I will tell you in just a little bit. This is the original book that came out not so very long ago. It's called Endgame, and it is written by this person here called Omid Scobie. And as you can see, it's inside the royal family and the monarchy's fight for survival. Endgame, which to me kind of insinuates that what you're going to read inside the book is totally incendiary, and it's going to have every tongue talking. The book itself really doesn't do much of that. It just tells us stuff that we already know. But then, and here comes the Dutch little twist, the book was translated by Saskia Peters, who is a famed translator here in the Netherlands. This is actually the only picture I found of her online, and this is when she opened the door to British journalists asking her, what happened? Why did you do what you did? So let me tell you what happened. She translated Endgame, and that happens. You get a text and you work with that. And in her Dutch version of it, guess what happened? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you what happened.
In Dubai, King Charles focused on the climate crisis, but a boiling royal scandal dating back 2 years has transfixed many around the globe. The firestorm sparked by the Dutch version of this book, Endgame, by Omid Scobie. Readers for the first time saw 2 royal names printed in connection with an infamous conversation about skin color, King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales. In 2021, Meghan Markle shocked Oprah and the millions who watched the interview when she revealed members of the royal family discussed how dark their unborn child's skin might be. The couple never revealed who was involved in that alleged conversation.
And until there is actual evidence of those comments being made, I will never believe it.
But the British TV host Piers Morgan named the royals on his show Wenzzzday, saying if Dutch readers know, Brits should know as well. He's a vocal critic of Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. This is what the author had to say about the reported printing error on ITV's This Morning in the UK.
I had never submitted a book that had their names in it.
Who wrote or said what is not known. There is certainly a lot of talk about a new book and an old royal scandal.
You know what? Look, the first thing I've got to say about that is that it's not a translation error. That's just an addition to the original transcript. That's not an error in because if the names were not in the English version, how can you translate something to something else that wasn't there to begin with? That don't make sense to me.
Maybe it was there to begin with.
It's not in the English book. They don't mention the names.
It's not in the book, but maybe it was in the manuscript that she received to translate. Because as you know, when you publish a book, it takes a whole lot of work before we find it in the shops. And there's many versions of things.
So you're suggesting that the Dutch person, she translated it from not directly from the English published book, the published book in English. You're saying she didn't translate it directly from the English edition of the book.
She didn't translate it from the book. That's not how it works in publishing. These things take months and months.
I was just clarifying what you were saying.
So an author or a publisher, the English publisher, sends a version of a text to the rest of the world, and she translated it.
So that's how the cat got out of the bag. Yeah.
This huge cat came out of the bag. In the book, King Charles was named, as well as Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales.
No surprise.
Now we all, I'm sure we all still remember when Meghan and Harry went on Oprah. Oprah rented a whole place for them to be comfortable, and they told the story, not mentioning names, but they told this story that we were all talking about for weeks on end. And no, everybody was guessing all the time, but now we seem to know that it, Charles at least was one of them saying, will he be a bro though?
Hey,
This is just a little Poca too. So what do you make of this, DJ?
Well, it doesn't surprise me that, I'm sure it's true. It was those two, and there's probably others as well. It's the royal family. How can they not have a history of racism, given the history of the
whole
monarchy?
empire is based on racism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do also ask the question. Look, Harry and Meg, they're a mixed race couple.
Yeah,
they're a mixed couple, so their babies are going to be mixed race, technically speaking. And I don't see anything wrong with that. If I was a father, if I was an expecting father, then I don't see anything wrong with having that conversation with my wife or the mother to be.
It all depends on tone of voice, obviously.
No, true.
Yeah.
But I wonder what color our skin our baby will be. I don't think there's any racial intent in that at all. It's just I'm curious.
Of course, there's racial intent, but I mean,
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
that's all.
Sure, but I'm saying, it's all about the tone of voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And from what I remember, what they told Oprah at the time, I can't show any Oprah footage, but they were saying it was in a tone of voice as if it was detrimental to Britain to have a little dark child. How dark will he be?
Well,
how dark will he be?
Well, it depends. Yeah, as you say, it depends on the tone that was used when they alleged to have said what they said. When it was, and it probably was more towards the good grief. If it's too dark, we're going to have a problem. That kind of thing.
Exactly. Right. Well, let's listen to
as it turns out, the baby is quite light skinned, I think.
We'll get to that. First, I want to get to some of the reactions to the new hype.
Okay.
Irresponsible people in this country that have broken the law and repeated names that should never have been repeated.
Do you want to apologise to the royal family, to those names that are out there?
It's not for me to apologise because I still want to know what's happened.
A brazenly unapologetic Omid says he found out about the Dutch edition mishap on social media and that it remains under investigation. We're told the incident has infuriated royal family members, and today King Charles seemed to make a veiled reference to the fallout in his speech.
In 2050, our grandchildren won't be asking what we said. They will be living with the consequences of what we did or didn't do.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's new to me, that speech. Yeah.
See, I'd come up with these surprises. In his defense, in Charles's defense, I personally have always thought he is the one British royal who understands that there are more kinds of people in the world than just aristocrats with a white skin. Yeah. I'm saying this because of his Prince's Trust, in which he really, I think that's great work what he does. He teaches all kinds of disenfranchised young youths in the UK. He gives them a chance of getting a training and a proper training.
But he's no saint. He's no saint.
No, he's no saint. I'm not saying he's a saint, but I'm saying if I look at the whole bunch of them, I would pick him out as being, him and Harry, and as being the least,
the best of a bad bunch, the best of the bad bunch. And
right.
I get that, but he's still got blue blood, so to speak. It's still it's still in their veins.
Yeah, it's in their genes.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. And,
well, talk about genes. You were saying the baby isn't really so very dark, which he isn't actually when he was born. He's so cute. Prince Archie of Sussex. He had red hair when he was born on
Just like
May
his
6th,
dad.
2019. Yeah. The question always remains whether or not Harry is actually King Charles's son, because he looks so much like somebody else that was probably a lover of Diana's. He looks the same.
Who?
Harry.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
can't
Which
prove it.
lover of Diana are you suggesting he looks
I keep
like?
forgetting the guy's name. You want me to Google it?
No,
Hold on.
that was the Arab guy. That was Dodi. That was the last
No,
one.
way before Dodi. Way before. Hold on. You
Okay.
talk while I Google this.
All right.
Who's Harry's real father? I'm gonna find it there.
These conspiracies, man.
I know, it's lovely.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm good. He was. Where's the guys? There you go. His name is James Hewitt. James Hewitt.
Oh, him. Is he a redhead?
I'm gonna show. I hope. Hold on. Let me take this down and put myself up big screen.
All right. Yeah. That's possible. Yeah.
That looks more like Harry than King
Because
Charles
William doesn't have that
no,
hair, does he?
William looks very much like his mother.
Right.
But this is the same face, but we can't prove it. We can't.
But
prove
that
it.
would explain a lot, you know.
What?
Because because if Charles isn't his father, then it would explain a lot in terms of Harry's approach.
Why Charles doesn't love Harry?
I know, but also Harry's approach too. He doesn't want to be a prince. He doesn't want to carry out royal duties, and he's split to go and live in America, which is, you know, for a member of the royal family, a prince, you know, that's unheard of. You know, you don't do that. You just don't do that. And the fact that he was a rebel, at least he married a non-white person. That from the royal family's perspective, that's rebellious. That's radical.
Well, it was radical. I mean, I took the day off to watch the wedding because I wanted to see how they were going to deal with that. That was a lovely day. Donna makes me laugh. She says she's so amused at the reaction, the hate directed at Meghan Markle for saying what we all know: they are racist. The cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, that's more like the right now. Yeah, the cognitive
and
dissonance.
his uncle has red hair. Yeah, his uncle, and James Hewitt has red hair too. But anyway, I showed you a picture of little Archie when he was just born. Yeah. And 2 years later, his little sister came, Lilibet. Oh, she is very adorable.
She's got red hair.
Yes, red hair as well. And she was born in the United States. So on paper, she's an American citizen, but she's still Prince Lilibet of Sussex. So we're not seeing too much blackness in the two children. I'm seeing a little bit in the face, but that can be disregarded. And if you want to know how Archie looks now, this is him this year, little Archie.
Right. So his hair has changed. Well, baby's hair usually does change, or often changes color.
It does, and now it's turning dark. But I'm looking at the facial features. I'm not seeing too much blackness there. Are you?
No, but I'm also curious now. I'm looking at the hair color. I'm wondering if that is more akin with Charles, suggesting that Harry really is Charles's son.
No, this is a mixture between Harry and Meghan, of course.
No, I know, but if he is Charles's son, he will have Charles. If Harry is Charles's son, then he will have some of Charles's genes as well. That's all. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not going there because I really don't think he's Charles's son. Yeah. The translator, the Dutch translator, Saskia Peters. What happened to her? Let's find out. What will this turn out to be in the future, this whole story?
It's hugely damaging for Omid Scobie, and it's hugely damaging for the royals as well. And it puts Omid Scobie and the publisher at risk of legal action.
In an interview with DailyMail.com, the Dutch translator denies that she made any additions to the manuscript. Saskia Peters reportedly saying, "As a translator, I translate what is in front of me. The names of the royals were there in black and white. I did not add them." NBC News has reached out to Peters for comment, and Scobie continues to deny any responsibility for the names being included.
I'm as frustrated as everyone else. I make it very clear in this book that I, in every way possible, want to adhere to the laws surrounding this subject.
Molly, so how is the palace responding to all of this?
Willie, no official on the record palace statement. We do have a source, though, who says that all options are being considered. That could be saying nothing more, or that could be legal action. Willie?
In the meantime, blame the Dutch translator.
Okay.
Molly, thanks so much.
Thank you, Molly.
Don't blame the Dutch translator.
No. She translated what she was presented with. She's done nothing wrong.
Exactly.
So who authorized the transcript that was sent to the Dutch translator? That's where the penny has.
No. What actually is the question now? Because yes, somebody's responsible for that. But the question is, the author says he did not write that into the book. Now, I must say he does not really have a clean slate because he's this royalty watcher. He wrote this earlier book about Harry and Meghan. He co-wrote it with somebody, Carolyn Durant. And then he denied that he had contact with Meghan Markle when writing this book. He perjured himself. She perjured herself. Harry perjured themselves. Turns out, yes, they were in full contact about this book. So who do you believe now? I think if somebody tells one lie, they tell many lies.
Yeah, because they've got a track record now.
Exactly, and they're always trying to cover up their last lie.
Well, it's a cover up. This is a cover up that went wrong, isn't it? It messed up.
Maybe it went really well for him. Maybe, when people leak things, maybe
publicity.
Publicity. There was not so much publicity about this book, and now there is.
And therefore, more people are buying it, and he's getting more royalties. But
Donna says all she can say is she wishes she had the problems they have. The poor baby. Yes, the poor babies. The babies cannot. The two little ones are not to blame for any of this. Yeah. Any reparations in there?
Oh,
there must be.
Trust you, Donna, to come up with a question like that.
Exactly. Oh, we got Peggy Ann watching us today as well. Hi, Peggy. Lovely to see you here.
Hi, Peggy
and we have Jaap, who is getting to be a regular on this program.
Inspiring broadcast. Thank you, Jaap.
Very inspiring. We do our best. We do whatever we can. So it all boils down to this. Do we believe the Dutch translator, or do we believe the guy who was caught with his pants down on different occasions?
No, I believe the translator.
I do too.
Yeah, I think as you say, he's messed up because the transcript that did mention the names, that should have either been destroyed to begin with. If you're going to cover up something, do it properly. It should have been destroyed or taken the copy and then redacted the actual name, something like that. But clearly that didn't happen. So they messed up, and now it's trying to make amends as best they can.
Trouble is the Dutch version has now been taken out of the shop, so nobody's buying it now. So it's a mess. It's always a mess when.
Is there a Kindle version? I wonder, an electronic version.
You're probably too late. Look it up.
I wonder. No, I'm not suggesting I want to read it, but I was just curious.
I know that when this hit the news, many people rushed to the shop to buy the Dutch version, but now it's been taken out of the thingy. So who loses now? She loses. The translator loses.
What's the illegal part of this? What law?
Nothing at all is illegal. She did not do anything illegal. She translated
so
the book.
how is Buckingham? How is the royal family, when in that report that you just showed, they're thinking of legal action? On what grounds? What legal action?
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. Do
the royals have some sort of immunity because they're royals to prosecution?
Of course they do.
They have immunity to prosecution, but can they? But are they immune to actually complying? No, I don't know what I'm saying actually, because they haven't actually broken any laws.
Nobody broke any law, and I wonder how on earth you can sue somebody for translating a book. Of course, the woman. I would have kept the original that I received, as this is what I translated. You never throw away stuff. So she'll be all right. The Dutch person. The problem is what's going to happen now with the book and what's going to happen with the author of the book. That's what we need to be watching out for.
One may perhaps, I don't know, this is a line. I'm thinking that the first version, which was the English edition, which did not mention the names, maybe there was some sort of agreement that he must, with the royal family, with Charles, that he wouldn't mention the names. I don't know, because how did he find out who the names in the first place? That's another thing.
Well, he lied before about whether or not he was in contact with Meghan Markle. Maybe she told him. Maybe he just knows. And there's a lot of protocol. Yes, what can be in the book, and there's rules.
And there must be, and I bet there's some snitches who work at Buckingham Palace or wherever that are prepared to reveal things for money as well. I bet they
all of that.
Yeah.
All of that. And to me, this sounds like a whole thing that is set up to become a hype so that people are buying the book. Donna says, nobody buying the book. Why are people so protective of these people? No, people are buying the book, Donna, but they cannot buy the Dutch book now because it's been taken off the shelves. But in England, it's selling. It's selling.
In other words,
and
Donna,
in America as well.
You can buy the book which doesn't mention the names.
Which doesn't mention who we're talking about, and the Dutch version in which
which is a bit ridiculous because everyone knows the names now anyway. It's all out. It's in the public domain. Everyone knows it.
Exactly. So to be continued. I have no idea how this is going to end. What say you? Do you have any idea how this will ever end?
Well, no, I'm curious to know on what grounds any potential legal action would be based on.
Right.
Because if they haven't broken any laws, what are they going to sue them for?
Exactly.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. The Dutch book is the one Donna was referring to. She says, well, like I said, it's been taken off the shelves now. And there's going to be a whole heap of thing. And then they're going to come up with a new translation and they're going to take out the names. As if that matters anymore.
It actually makes you wonder how much more of the Dutch edition is different, if at all, from the English. Is that the only difference, or are there other differences?
We would love to know. So I hope that Saskia Peters, the translator, that she kept the original from which she translated. I hope she didn't think, job done, let's clear out the laptop. I really hope she did not do that.
No,
Saskia Peters, if you're watching this and you did throw away the thing, you're still going to have a copy in your email. Go look for it and keep it. Keep it. It can be your nest egg for the rest of your life.
Well, we're actually assuming it was an electronic copy. Who knows? It could have been a paper copy. We don't know that. This is publishing, after all. This is books.
Yeah. But I know too well that, you know, when I interview an author, they send me a PDF. That's what you get. You get a PDF that you can't change, and you work with that.
Fair enough.
So I think that's what she got. If she got paper, it's even better. Take pictures, Saskia Peters. Send them to me. I know how to run this show for you.
And keep it in your safe. Keep it in a fireproof safe.
Send me a copy of it so I can keep it safe for you. Anyway, to be continued, DJ Conscious. Not anything else to say on the topic, at least not I. So heads up, I cannot do a Wenzzzday Ting the upcoming 2 weeks. I will explain. It's good news. I will be traveling to Jamaica, and once I get there, I need to clean the house and clean the yard and get everything up and running. So give me 2 weeks of my life to get all of that sorted out. But DJ and I came up with a really great plan. We're going to do a special Wenzzzday Ting on the last Wednesday of the year. DJ, would you like to tell the lovely people what we'll be doing?
We're gonna be looking at highlights of all the Wenzzzday Tings to date. The first one was February. Was it?
No. It was somewhere in June.
And was it?
Remember,
it was
it's weekly. It's weekly.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna look at all the shows we did and get little clips from that, and we'll update you on whatever happened with the stories after that, and just have basically a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the good thing is I will be in Jamaica for that, so it will be at 3:00 p.m. Jamaican time, and for the people stuck in the cold in the Netherlands, that will be 9:00 p.m. Netherlands time.
Yep.
I can't be more nasty than that. So that's it.
Nasty. Let me get the album.
The album, yes. Oh, I need some water while you get the album. Oh, I forgot to do a thing. I should have asked you. People, let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy the show? Did you learn anything? Just give me an answer to one of those questions. I learned yesterday that I need to ask you specific questions, not just ask you to send us comments. But so, what did you think? What is your take on the Meghan Markle story? Who is lying? Is it the author? Is it the translator? Let me know what you think while DJ pulls up the album and I take a swig.
I can't imagine it would be the translator. It wouldn't be in their interests, really, wouldn't it?
I'm asking the viewers, but they've all gone. I think they've all gone.
Okay, the album.
Yeah.
Remember the clues? I gave you 2 clues. One was it was the debut album of the group. And no, I gave you 3 actually. One was another one. It was produced by Prince Jammy, and another one. There's a big tune on it, which is about showing affection towards Haile Selassie. So the album, there it is.
To the left. It's hiding behind your name.
It's called Black Sounds of Freedom.
Black Uhuru.
Black Uhuru. For those who don't know, Uhuru is the Swahili word for freedom.
Yes. Massive album.
And the tune that I was referring to is simply called "I Love King Selassie."
Yeah, that was a good tip, but nobody knew. See, we need to educate the people on the music. Black Sounds of Freedom, massive album. Love anything Michael Rose ever did, singer-songwriter wise. I much preferred Michael Rose to the other singers that were
Don
in
Carlos.
Don Carlos,
Yeah,
and
Don
what's his name? What's the other
Junior
one's
Reid.
name? I don't like Junior Reid much.
I think Don Carlos was actually a part of the original lineup. I always used to think it was Michael Rose, but it wasn't.
No, it was Don Carlos. Then came Mikey Rose. Yeah, and Mikey Rose
And then Don Carlos
made
again.
it big.
Yeah.
One small little anecdote. I so much love Michael Rose and Black Uhuru that I once hopped in a car from the Netherlands, drove for 7 hours to Germany to see them play, say hi to Michael Rose, and drove back 7 hours in the middle of the night, took a shower, and went to a meeting the next morning. That's how much I love them. Sly and Robbie were playing. That was a massive, massive little concert.
That's another thing. Sly and Robbie it was always Sly and Robbie were the drum and the bass for when Black Uhuru performed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's it, DJ. So we'll see you all on what date was it? Let me say December the 27th, the last Wednesday of this year is when we do our special Wenzzzday Ting. Until such time, DJ, thank you for being here today. And thank you, everybody, for watching and for commenting and for being part of the fun. See you in 2 weeks' time. Blessed love. Bye everybody.
Bye.